Hours after a major dam and hydroelectric power plant in Russian-occupied southern Ukraine, the Nova Kakhovka Dam, suffered a collapse a day before, a mass evacuation process began for around 42,000 people who were at risk from flooding. This comes as Russia and Ukraine are pointing fingers at each other, blaming the other for the major dam collapse, which sent floodwaters across a swath of the war zone and forced thousands to flee. UN Aid Chief Martin Griffiths told the Security Council that the dam breach will have grave and far-reaching consequences for thousands of people in southern Ukraine on both sides of the front line through the loss of homes, food, safe water and livelihoods. No deaths were initially reported, but it is being alleged that the flooding had probably caused many deaths. The sheer magnitude of the catastrophe will only become fully realized in the coming days. In the Kherson city, about 60 kilometers downstream from the dam, water levels rose by 3.5 meters on Tuesday, forcing residents to slog through water up to their knees to evacuate, carrying plastic bags full of possessions and small pets in carriers. Buses, trains and private vehicles were marshaled to carry people to safety in about 80 communities threatened by the flooding. More and more water is coming every hour. It's very dirty, a local was reported as saying. The Kaskova Dibrova Zoo on the Russian-held riverbank was completely flooded and all 300 animals died, a representative informed via the zoo's Facebook account. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russia of blowing up the dam and said the authorities expected up to 80 settlements to be flooded, urging the world to react. Kyiv also called for a meeting of the UN Security Council and warned of a potential ecocide after 150 tons of engine oil spilled into the river. Western powers also blamed Russia for the damage, with EU Chief Charles Michel calling it a war crime, while NATO Chief Jens Stoltenberg said that the dam breach was outrageous. The United States, however, said that it cannot say conclusively what happened at this point. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said Tuesday that the partial destruction of the Kakhovka Dam in Ukraine was another devastating consequence of Russia's invasion of its neighbor. Russia, however, said that the dam was partially destroyed in multiple strikes coming from Ukrainian forces and urged the people to condemn Kyiv's criminal acts. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the destruction was a result of deliberate sabotage by the Ukrainian side. The Soviet-era dam, built in the 1950s, sits on the Dnipro River, which provides cooling water for the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant some 150 kilometers away.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.